Well, howdy folks, welcome back to Musical Miscellany. I've got another cool find video for you today. The box is right here, and let me just hold this up. Maybe you can see some of the writing on here. This comes from Japan, drop shipped from Japan. And if you've been a subscriber for a while, you might remember not too long ago, I found this as a cool find. And this is the KORG, the original KORG Kaossilator, the KO-1 Kaossilator. Well, this should be its partner, the original Kaoss pad, or the Mini-KP as it's called. Let's go ahead and get it open. By the way, check out that Asian writing on the top there. Okay, we got a box. Here we go. Asian writing on the box as well. It's pretty cool. All right. This should be our item. Let me just double check that there's nothing else in the box. This is probably a receipt. It is a little folded up origami thingy and a business card if I want to buy something else. All right, let's get the item open here. As I said before, this should be the KORG Mini-KP. Voila, there it is. Now right away, if I compare it to the Kaossilator, you see a lot of similarities. They're basically laid out exactly the same, with the exception that this one has input and output, and this one only has output. But more or less, they have the same control set. Now the difference, this is primarily a sound source, whereas this is primarily an effector. So this does have the ability to produce some of its own sounds, but for the most part, it's supposed to modify sounds produced by something else. So they would work really good together, but you could use this with pretty much anything. So one other thing I should note, I bought the AC adapter for the Kaossilator, and it does seem to also work for this one. Not just does it fit, but it also has the same power spec. So I can actually power it with the adapter, or you can use the batteries. Anyway, in any case, it looks to be in pretty darn good shape. I could probably take some Goo Gun or something, clean up some of the sticky stuff that's on here. But let's go ahead and plug it in and see how it functions. Okay, folks, so I've hooked the Kaossilator and the Kaoss pad together via some RCA cables, and I got this going over to my mixer so you can hear a good, strong signal. So let's go ahead and turn this one on. And of course, it's going to boot up. And let's turn this one on. And by the way, these are both powered off batteries right now. So there we go. We see screens on both, so that's probably a good sign. Now what we notice, if I hit this here, we don't hear any sound. But if I hit this, we should hear some sound. Now let's pick a patch here that has a little bit like that. That should work. Okay, so the way the Kaoss pad works, or excuse me, the Kaossilator works, as you go to the right, it goes up in pitch. As you go towards the top, you get a different timbre, and same thing as you go down. Okay, so then remember, this is a sound source where this is an effect. So if I touch this now, we should hear it affect this sound. So there you go. So that's kind of what it does. Now, of course, it has a whole lot of different effects in here. So let's just grab a few. Let's try this one. So you can hear that one does some crazy stuff. Let's try a different one. So keep in mind, here's my actual sound. It's just that one note. So that's actually pretty cool. Let's try a different one here. Well, that one's kind of neat. cool effects there. Okay, now one thing I had mentioned that this does have some internal sound. So if we get up into the higher numbers here, we hear it does have some of its own sounds. Now it can still process audio by using those, so you could do something like this. Right? And of course it's got a bunch of those. And then back to your effects. So next what I'd like to do is now showing, you see how it works. And of course, there's different modes of things you can change. So if I have release off, when I play a note here and when I touch this, as soon as I lift my finger up, the effect stops immediately. And if I have release on and I do something here, and then as soon as I lift my finger, the effect sort of gradually fades out, which is actually kind of nice. Kind of hear it fading out there. So a couple different features there, but let's actually try to show how you would use this as more of like an actual performance tool. Okay, so what I've done here, I've stored a quick pattern within the Kaossilator here. Let me go ahead and start that. So you can hear that. And then of course I can solo on top of it. And you can hear there's a little bit of effects being applied by the Kaossilator itself. But now, okay, so there you have it, folks. That was the Mini-KP Kaoss pad from KORG. As I said before, these are no longer made. You can only find them on the used market, but I've been looking for one for a while because, as you've probably seen on my channel, I get a lot of use out of this, and now I sort of have both of them. So there you go. Hope you liked the video. Hope you like some of the sounds, and if you're curious for one of these, go to eBay, Reverb, places like that. Look, they do show up from time to time. Some people want a very hefty price for them, but you can find them in the $100 to $120 range fairly often. In fact, that's what I actually found this one for. So there you have it. If you like what I do on this channel, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button for me. If you like this video, I'd really appreciate it if you give it a thumbs up. I'll see you guys soon.